What you're looking at here is a ring fort, what they call a ring fort, but it's a ditch and mound. And this place is called the Hill of Usheen. Very bad wind. The Hill of Usheen in English. Usheen was basically a character from Celtic mythology, and he was supposed to have been here. Now it's about, I don't know, it's amazing. The wind didn't blow, but it started blowing when I started talking about this video. But anyway, this mound is about 5,000 years old, so they say. So just think about that. People built this 5,000 years ago. The ancestors of the people still live around here, in fact. I have been coming here for a few years now, standing in the middle of the mound here at the Hill of Usheen, and I've been plotting, although you see for some reason there's still a mound right in the middle of it, a small mound. I'm standing on it right now. God knows what's underneath this. The stones, definitely a pile of stones. You see that there? I think there may be something under here, but anyway, I'm standing on it, and you can see that gap in the mountains over there. Let me zoom in. See, there's a gap in the mountains there. I'll get the focus if it ever does. But anyway, there's a gap in those mountains there. I've plotted several astronomical objects going between that gap at key points in the year. So there was obviously, the location here is important. If you look at this on Ordnance Survey or Google Earth photos, it doesn't look like it's on the top of a hill, but it actually is really on the top of quite a pathway. This track, very typical of many of our ancestors, and your ancestors too. Many of you around the world would have travelled across Ireland and all over Europe in pre-Roman times. You see, just because they didn't build straight roads to Rome like the Romans didn't mean that they didn't build roads. They did. This one has been altered over the centuries. The farmers dug a ditch here to help drainage in the field on my left. But apart from that, I'm walking along the kind of path the Druids would have walked on. Vikings, Saxons, Normans, you name it. The ones that came to Ireland. The Druididanen, you name it. They were all would have came along here. The Milesians and the Firbolgs, if you really want to go back many thousands of years. This is County Sligo, and County Sligo is probably referred to as the Valley of the Kings in terms of megalithic monuments. Not sure why, they all seem to be here, and yet it's on the western coast of Ireland. Just behind those mountains there's the Atlantic. Very interesting how the majority of megalithic sites are the furthest away from Central Europe. The cradle of civilization. That there is Knocknashee, or the Hill of the Fairies. Apparently the entrance of the fairy world is in there. And the Hill of Usheen I just showed you is over here. It's over there somewhere. There it is. Now they're both visible from each other. As is beyond that Ben Bulben, and beyond that Knocknarea, Queen Maeve's tomb. This shows that they were all visible to each other at the time and would have communicated through smoke signals and so on. Apparently if you fall asleep on top of that hill there are ruins up there. The fairy, what they call the fairy. There is Ben Bulben. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how to fucking zoom in on this stupid camera, but that is Drumcliff Churchyard, where William Butler Yeats is buried. If you follow the course of the mountain, Ben Bulben is the home of the gentry, where apparently like a different race of beings emerged from. You have the gap here. This is Glen Carr. This is where Glen Carr waterfall. This is where The Stolen Child, the poem by William Butler Yeats, is set. Between these two mountains is a long lake. This area is filled with megalithic tombs. Everything. And nearly early Christian stuff over here. There's a round tower. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's behind the trees of that house there. But it goes along here. Now behind these hills here is Knocknarea, which is where Queen Maeve's tomb is. You can't quite see it, you have to go back a bit, it's just behind those trees there, but it shows that they could see. Yesterday I pointed out that the Tullahasheen, where I live, they could, from there you could send a signal or a smoke signal to Knocknashee, the Hill of the Fairies, from there to Knocknarea, the hill of Queen Maeve's tomb, and then across to this guy here. I don't know what the name of that mountain is there, but at the top of that there was some kind of settlement and megalithic thing found. Then you had Glencar Valley, and over here you have Ben Bulben, Underbear Ben Bulben's head in Drumcliff Churchyard, Yates's Lane. And right where Yates is, there is a round tower, a Celtic cross, the church, and it runs on a meridian directly down through the lake. And that's why this place is unbelievably filled with magical energy. It really is. Right, this is what I came here to find. This is why I moved to Sligo. Sligo is fucking amazing in terms of megalithic sites. They're so vast and so many of them that large numbers of them are not even properly recorded or excavated. And I heard there was one in a field here, and here it is. Reminds me very much of the ones at Avebury. Now I don't know how old this is or if this was placed here later, but look, here's the shoke here. There's Ben Bulben, William Butler Yeats' graveyard. Over the trees there, there's a Glencar waterfall. Come away, human child, to the waters in the wild, where a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. And look at this thing, just sitting in a field here, just sitting in a field. And let me show you this fairy ring up here. This is the shit. This is hardcore. This is hardcore Druid ancestor stuff. Here's another one that seems to smashed to bits over the years. There's part of it. Up here, there seems to be a quarry. This may be the quarry from, I don't know, maybe this is from megalithic times where they quarried the stones for these monuments. Holy fucking shit, I didn't even know about this. Look at this shit, it's amazing. I should actually be a bit more reverent. This is like the Druids' Grove here. A ring of hazel trees and willows, of course. This is where you get your wands. There's still hawberries all over the ground. Look at this. Somebody put a pole there, I'm not sure why. Look at this, this place is amazing. Let's see if I can get to the top of the hill and I'll show you if it's over these trees. Knocknarea, Queen Maeve's tomb, which will really... Can you believe this shit? This is like as mystical as you can get. Holy fuck. There's the sea there, like I told you. There's the rock. There's Ben Bulben, Yeats's graveyard, Drumcliff Church. Hold on. I reckon the top of this embankment here, if we can get up the fucking thing, we should see Queen Maeve's tomb on top of... Ah, bollocks. It's all built up again. Hold on. Ah, fuck it. It's not going to be seen. It's basically over there. But anyway, check out that view. Look at these megaliths. This is just down from where I was up by the rocks. This one here, look. There's that grove that I was up by, the standing stone. Nice looking cloud above it, shaped like a raven. Or a pterodactyl, or one of those flying creatures. Here's another one. And there, look, in alignment with it all, Drumcliff Churchyard. You see, Yeats was very specific about where he was buried because he knew shit about this stuff because he was a member of the Golden Dawn. So he had a magical insight. Let's see what else. There you go. You can see more of Knockna Rain, Queen Maeve's tomb. Little nipply thing on the top. So that was it today. Adventures in Druidic bullshittery with me, your host, Thomas Sheridan of The Velocity of Now and ThomasSheridanArts.com.